Hey folks, welcome to the Alabama Bass Trail TV show, the best of episode. Here from Goose Pond Colony on the banks of beautiful Lake Guntersville, home of your 2019 Alabama Bass Trail Championship. Just across the way here, Tournament Director Clay Baldus and Program Director Kay Donaldson have gathered some of the top anglers from both the North and South divisions to talk about their 2019 season. Miss Kay, take it away.
Hey everyone, welcome to the 2019 Alabama Bass Trail Best Of Show. And Clay, when I talk about Best Of, we've got two of the Best Of anglers that the Alabama Bass Trail has ever had. Guys, we're talking about, these guys have 3 wins on our circuit, and this year they repeated as Angler of the Year. They have 3 first place wins, 5 second place wins, and in 6 years they've never finished lower than 3rd on the Alabama Bass Trail Angler of the Year points. Chris Rutland, Kobe Carden, welcome in, guys. Thank y'all for being with us tonight. Talk a little bit about what it means to be 2-time Angler of the Year winners and 3-time winners on the trail.
Wow. It's when we did it 2 years ago, the trail had just filled up that year with a full field of 225, and I was very proud of us that year. We worked really hard and had a good year and won the Angler of the Year, the Team of the Year, and then to do it again this year, it means a lot. I mean, we worked hard this year, and we had a couple of key catches during the year that put us over the top, so it means a lot. We're very proud of it.
It's hard to put into words.
You know, you guys, the first 3 years, we kind of struggled with numbers in the South, averaged about 165 boats. Did you really see the toughness of the field go up when we went to 225 boats, when we were finally able to fill that field? I mean, how did that really affect the way you attacked the fishing?
I think it just depended on the lake. If we're Lake Jordan, for instance, 225 boats on that lake, there's a lot of strategy that's involved as far as where are we going to start, what boat number, kind of figuring out the boat number early kind of helps you game plan, practice, so on and so forth. So, but yeah, when the field went to 225, it definitely, there's a lot more strategy involved, for sure.
You do. It's a lot of strategy involved for us, too.
It absolutely is, especially on something as small as Jordan.
Yeah.
We enjoy going to Jordan. It's a lot of fun for us. I do know that it kind of plays pretty tough for you guys, but you seem to have handled it really well. I mean, you guys have fished big tournaments all over. I mean, kind of talk about, you fished the Classic a couple times. I mean, Chris has been right there. He's fished some of the top anglers, and that y'all could switch over boats and go to the Elite Series anytime you wanted to. What makes you continue to fish a more regional trail like the Alabama Bass Trail?
Number one, it's so well ran. You guys do a great job. Secondly, the competition is great. So if you do good in this trail, you have beat a lot of great anglers. And thirdly, the money. I mean, great money in this trail.
They talk about money, but they have certainly taken home quite a bit of money. Over $102,000 in boat contingency money and an Alabama Bass Trail money, some Garmin money. I mean, it certainly pays to do business with the sponsors of the Alabama Bass Trail. We're here tonight at the Docks Restaurant on beautiful Lake Guntersville for our championship, getting ready for that. You guys have been at this lake before. Talk a little bit about what you've experienced over the last couple of days.
Man, the lake is fishing really tough. I told Chris when we come off the water today, I said I didn't realize we was at the Mobile Delta. I thought we was at Guntersville because I came up Friday and Sunday, and then today it's just been really tough. I mean, just to even get a bite. So
yeah, we did that podcast 3 or 4 weeks ago. You asked us to make a prediction on what we thought. I said 50 pounds. Well, I rescind that. I'm going to come on down around 28 or 30 pounds.
Really? That tough? Guntersville, we did a podcast this week, and we talked about how Guntersville's been one of our best lakes. We've had 38 bags over 20 pounds, but we've also left here with 80 zeros. So it can certainly be a heartbreaker, or it can be, one of the best that you've ever been to. You've been great champions for us. We appreciate you guys and your loyalty to the Alabama Bass Trail. We look forward to having you fish on our dime next year, and wish you all the best here and at Lake Hartwell.
Yeah, well, we appreciate everything y'all do. I know y'all put a lot of work into it, and we're glad that you started started this, and glad that, I mean, this sets the Alabama Bass Trail is known across the United States. So it's a pretty neat deal.
Thank y'all so much.
Appreciate it.
Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, is brought to you by Bill Penny Toyota, official truck of the Alabama Bass Trail, by TH Marine, improving your boat from transom to trolling motor, and by Jax, all about the South. There's more to come.
Greg Hackney, 2014 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Aaron Martins, 2013 and 2015 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. What else do these guys have in common? Phoenix Boats. The last 3 Bassmaster Angler of the Year titles were won out of Phoenix Boats. Coincidence? We think not. Phoenix Boats. Our passion for fishing is obvious.
So our mission statement here at Bill Penny Motor Company is to enrich the lives of our employees and our customers and the communities we serve. And it really begins and ends with people. It started with that kind of philosophy with my granddad and went through my dad. Growing up around the business, I remember being just a kid washing cars and meeting these customers. Now I'm a grown adult and they get to buy vehicles from us and hopefully serve their next of kin for generations to come. For the whole story, visit us at BillPennyToyota.com, where people always come first.
What could 148,000 people possibly have in common? As different as each of the members of America's First are, they all like it when good things happen to them. Like when their savings earn a higher return than they can get with a bank, and when their loans and credit cards have lower rates. And they like taking care of business from wherever they are. Why not join us today? America's First Federal Credit Union.
You sons of fishes. Ain't enough fish on this lake for 2 clubs.
Really? Well, we see plenty of fish live with Panoptics.
Yep. Dang, we should get Panoptics. Or maybe we'll just take yours.
What's going on here? You boys have license?
Yes, sir.
Nope. There he is.
Oh, I got him.
You've witnessed the action in the north, the thrill in the south. Now it's your turn. Time for you to be a part of the Alabama Bass Trail. $47,000 paid out at each event. And new this year, no entry fee championship with over $100,000 up for grabs. That includes a whopping $50,000 for the winner. Over $580,000 in cash and prizes in 2020. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter and sign up now at AlabamaBassTrail.org. The Alabama Bass Trail Tournament Series, presented by Phoenix Boats.
Welcome back to the 2019 Alabama Bass Trail Best of Show. And Clay, I think I say, we talked about this off air. One of the most magical moments on stage for you, and I know these guys, was last year at Weiss Lake. We're going to bring in our 2019 North Anglers of the Year, Jonathan Reese, Nolan Spencer. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
Doing great. We're going to talk a little bit about their 2018 win because Weiss Lake, explain that, Clay. Go through that.
Yeah, it really was a shocker for me and the guys. They come in early because they're scared of losing fish. We've got a 1 pound penalty for a dead fish. So these guys come in, they're the first team to weigh in. And when my stage guy grabs the basket, he looks at me and his jaw just drops. He's like, oh,
it's a fun feeling.
Gosh. Because all week long we've been talking about it, maybe 20 pounds, 21 pounds. That's going to be strong. These guys dropped 27 pounds on the scale.
And nobody even gets close.
It was just like, are you kidding me?
Now, walk us through that day.
It's the best day of fishing we've ever had. But it was truly a blessing. We didn't expect that. We didn't catch anything like that in practice. We went to the spot we call these big largemouth on. We went to go catch spots, and it just kind of, I don't know, we just happened to be at the right place at the right time. The fish were filtering to us, and we caught a limit of good spots, and then it was just like one big largemouth to show up, and then 5 minutes later another one, and then it was kind of surreal because then we culled the last spot, which was like a 384. We got rid of it, and we're like, dude, what do we do?
Yeah, so we wanted to weigh one, because we had a good limit of those Coosa spots.
Yes, and,
it was like they're fun to have on that lake.
But it was just a blessing. Like I said, we went and hid in the marina in the shade.
stayed and iced our fish, and we babied them. We really didn't want to lose one. We hated that we did, but I mean, it all worked out. It was, like I say, it was a great experience, and it was something we'll never forget for sure.
Absolutely.
That was 2018. So you come into 2019, and I don't think anyone could have even thought of what we would face at Smith Lake in 2019. Water went up 17 feet. You guys still pulled out a top 30 finish, actually a top 25 finish there. Moved on to Wheeler. Probably not the tournament you were looking for at Wheeler. But then you get to come back to life.
We did. And we were looking forward to it. We had it circled. I mean, we knew it was a little bit earlier, I guess, in the previous year, wasn't it? A little bit earlier. But we felt like that maybe we could catch them in a similar way. Plus, we've grown to love fishing shallow on the Coosa River. Last 2 or 3 years, we got a taste of it, and we've kind of learned how to fish it. So we thought maybe we could kind of do a little bit of both, and that's really what happened. I mean, we did both, and had a good event. We didn't think at the end of it that we were even close, to have a top 5 finish, but we're glad that we did, and it just kind of.
I think that was a tournament we grossly underestimated what we actually had in the bag.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, because we really, I think we thought we had 15 pounds maybe. And we come in, and then I think we were one of the last flights, and we come in, and we were like in 5th place after we weighed in, and we were like, wow. So at that point, that's when our goal at the beginning of the year was to make the team championship. And after that event, that finish kind of let us know that, hey, as long as we don't really mess up, I feel like we have a chance. So it was good.
The goal was to make the Bass Team Championship later on in December. Did you really ever think that Angler of the Year was within your reach?
People can say that you can block it out and don't think about it. That's absolutely not the case.
Yeah, we talked about it. I mean, those are long rides home. Again, we're from Tennessee. I mean, we'd be checking our phones, trying to figure out where we were in points, as it was updated. And we felt like after Weiss, we loved the ledge fish. We loved fishing deep. We knew Pickwick was coming up. We felt like Pickwick was going to be our make or break. We felt like we could either cement ourselves or, possibly, we didn't want to mess up. Pickwick's been terrible to us in ABT, by the way. I mean, we've had bad history. Felt like we've been on a really good bite multiple times, and every time it's kind of let us down. So, but it was good to us, of course, this year, and that's really what propelled us to have the chance to finish the Angler of the Year.
What's next? I mean, what's the natural progression? What are you looking for 2020?
I just think you try to be consistent. I mean, I think that, our first year, I think we finished like 60th in points. Last year we finished, or year before last, whatever it was, we finished like 19th or 15th, I think. So, I mean, I think I would like to continually stay in that team championship range. I mean, you're not going to have every year. We're not going to win the points every year. I mean, that's not a attainable goal. Now, of course, now that we've done it, that needs to be our goal every year. But as long as we can continue to cash some checks and stay towards the top and have fun, while we're doing it. I mean, that's really all that we're really worried about.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Well, as the program director of the Alabama Bass Trail, I think I speak for Clay and all of our staff. We're extremely proud to have you guys represent the Alabama Bass Trail at the Bass Team Championship as our Anglers of the Year, and we wish you all the best here at Guntersville and at the Bass Team Championship. All right, guys, that's the best of the best, North and South, and we'll be back in just a few minutes to catch up with a few more teams.
This portion of the program is sponsored in part by Sweet Home Alabama, by Garmin, and by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, will be right back.
The taste of the South starts out here. However you roll into work, you can bring the flavor with Jack's Breakfast Catering. Huge scratch-made buttermilk biscuits and hearty breakfast sandwiches, mixed or matched, starting at just $15. Don't forget to add delicious fresh ground Royal Cup coffee and classic breakfast sides, because great work starts with great breakfast. Breakfast catering starting at $15 from Jack's. All about the South.
Greg Hackney, 2014 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Aaron Martins, 2013 and 2015 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. What else do these guys have in common? Phoenix Boats. The last 3 Bassmaster Angler of the Year titles were won out of Phoenix Boats. Coincidence? We think not. Phoenix Boats. Our passion for fishing is obvious.
Welcome back to the 2019 Alabama Bass Trail Best of TV show. Clay Baldus, Tournament Director Kay Donaldson, Brent Shriver, and Rob Kyle from the Deep South Fishing Team. These guys, one of the things I want to talk to you guys about is every time you see Facebook, it's the Deep South Fishing Team, Deep South Fishing Team. Talk a little bit about your organization and how you guys come together on the Deep South Fishing Team.
Well, it started with just an idea of, instead of just one group of guys trying to, present somebody's product, to just come up with five good teams to start with. And we set out a year and just kind of paid attention to a few teams. And once we figured out who would be the best, the guys, not only just, it ain't all about catching the fish, but who gets along good, no drama. We come up with a real good group of guys, and once we did that, we already had a few sponsors, and once other sponsors seen that, they jumped on board with us, and it's a no-brainer. We started with 5 teams, we're at 10 teams now, so we're looking to grow bigger and bigger. So it's 20 of us this year.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You guys have spent 5 years on the Alabama Bass Trail, fixing to fish, the championship here in your 5th year. Talk a little bit about how you guys have grown, how the changes and the things that you've seen in the Bass Trail, and what makes you guys come back every year.
Honestly, we got family, we got kids. We really can't afford to go to the next step. The Alabama Bass Trail gives you an opportunity to go to the next step. Of course, you got to beat some real good hammers to do it, but there is a possibility. So, the competition, the people that run the trail, y'all make us feel like we're on a stage at the next level, even though it's still an amateur level. So that's what keeps us coming back. The competition, a lot of people say, well, we're not going to fish because we're not going to win. We fishing because the guys that beat us every year, every tournament, we're going to beat them one day, and that's what keeps bringing us back,
I mentioned the other day when we was talking about the podcast, I mentioned that Kobe and Chris were fishing the Open. I said that might have not been the best sales pitch that I could have made, but you guys sign up every year.
That's what signed us up.
And they refer to KBD as the King Kong of bass fishing. I guess in the Alabama Bass Trail Southern Division, right, when you think about a King Kong, that team has to kind of be there in your mind. But I've never seen you guys back down, any of your team back down from that.
No, and that's what keeps bringing us back is we're all very good fishermen. Any given day we're going to have our day, but them guys, they put their time in. They deserve it. When we do beat them, we're going to deserve it too. So that's what brings us back.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
You keep putting it to the grindstone and it just gets sharper, right?
That's right.
Right?
That's right. So they set the bar really, really high.
Yeah.
They do.
Really high.
They do. So now you're going to actually fish both divisions next year, the North and the South.
Yep.
It's going to take a lot of time. Talk about that. It takes a lot of time away from work, a lot of time away from family, a lot of money invested. What made you decide you wanted to fish the North?
Well, honestly, we already got one of our teams. They fished the North, Thomas Eden and Jace Thompson. And they have a lot of fun fishing the South because we all get together. So they fished the North, and they didn't really have that camaraderie, and they talked us into it. And Thompson Carriers, they paid our entry fees for the North, so that made it easier as far as a financial deal.
Well, you guys are very loyal to the Alabama Bass Trail. You not only are loyal for showing up, but you're loyal on our social media pages. You always have really nice things to say about us. We appreciate that. We like following your families and following your whole Deep South Fishing Team. We appreciate you guys putting that together and bringing on more people to the fold. And I say this a lot, and especially you'll hear me say it on the podcast, is that we have 900 of the best outside salespeople that we could ever hope to have. There's no way Clay and myself could do all of this or to sell this the way that these guys go out and do it. So thank you guys for being on the Best Of show. These are truly some of the best of on the Alabama Bass Trail. We'll be right back.
This portion of Alabama Bass Trail TV, presented by Phoenix Boats, is brought to you by Bill Penny Toyota, Sweet Home, Alabama, and by America's First Federal Credit Union. Stay with us, there's more to come.
The TH Marine Hydrowave H2 KVD Edition is a surefire way to ignite a feeding frenzy. The Hydrowave utilizes a sound-emitting technology that imitates bait fish and other feeding fish below the surface that preys on the competitive nature of bass and other game fish to get you more bites. The Hydro Wave is another way that TH Marine has you covered from transom to trolling motor.
Greg Hackney, 2014 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. Aaron Martins, 2013 and 2015 Bassmaster Angler of the Year. What else do these guys have in common? Phoenix Boats. The last 3 Bassmaster Angler of the Year titles were won out of Phoenix Boats. Coincidence? We think not. Phoenix Boats. Our passion for fishing is obvious.
Some things ain't worth keeping. Yesterday's traditions, today's adventures, tomorrow's memories. Now that's something worth keeping. Fish Alabama and find your keeper.
For more information, visit fishalabama.org.
It's time to take a road trip.
Alabama's got 100 road trips, and some of the best are outdoors, like a trip to Lake Gunnersville. First stop on the Alabama Bass Trail. Catch anything? Nice. Or head to the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail. 468 holes of golf heaven. What's the time say?
Best public golf on the planet.
Alabama's got 100 road trips. Plan yours at alabama.travel.
Which one you gonna take?
Motor?
Nope.
Not motor?
It's pronounced motor.
For those who were born to ride, there's Progressive.
Welcome back, guys, to the last segment of the 2019 Alabama Bass Trail Best of Show. And I mean, it's hard to even think about an Alabama Bass Trail tournament, Clay, without these two guys. I mean, they've been with us since day one. That's true. And now they're fishing both divisions. Tim Hurst, Mark McKeag, welcome in, guys.
Hello. Appreciate it.
You know, we go back a long way. When I say that, I mean, we're only 6 years in, but Mark, I feel like we've probably known each other our whole lives. I rely a lot on you, and we talk a lot about the tournaments. You know, this year, you guys, I mean, y'all have had some pretty successful years on the Bass Trail. You've got a win at Smith Lake, which is not traditionally y'all's home lake, and that was a pretty remarkable tournament. Thinking about the fog delay and everything that went on, and you guys had a very special day there. Talk a little bit about what made you guys go ahead and fish both divisions this year.
Yeah, we wanted to do it the year before, but the schedule just wasn't, didn't fit what we were doing for the rest of the tournament, so we just fished the north. And I actually enjoy the South Lakes better than the north. I don't know how we ended up fishing the north all these years.
I have an idea.
Yeah.
We actually spent a lot more time over the years on the South Lakes. The first year of the trail, we fished the north and just stayed with it for a few years. And now I think we'll always probably fish both divisions. It's a lot of fun.
We fish draw tournaments where we have co-anglers. But the Alabama Bass Trail, for the same entry fee, you've got two people that's paying the entry fee. It's almost like they've doubled the money, and you get to fish with your buddy. Now, I like co-anglers, but I'd rather fish with somebody that you know and you're used to, and it's more fun,
One of the things, too, that you guys, and I just looking at your jerseys, you guys use a lot of our sponsors. I mean, you patronize Phoenix Boats, you patronize America's First Federal Credit Union, Toyota pays out a bonus program. You guys use all those. Wadowee Marine pays out their $1,000. Y'all have taken home quite a few of those Wadowee Marine checks. Especially fishing both divisions, you've kind of increased your odds of winning that bonus. Talk a little bit about what the contingency programs have meant. And I know, Mark, you probably have a running total in your head about how much extra money you guys have made just off the contingency programs.
Well, I mean, it's crazy if you don't try to take advantage of as much of it as you can. I mean, because you never know when it's going to add, literally thousands of dollars at times in your pocket, for having a good day on the lake. And if you don't patronize those sponsors, and to be honest, like with Wedowee Marine, even if they didn't pay a bonus, that's where I'd get my boat.
Right.
Just because, I mean, the way I'm treated. You know, we had a tournament this year at Lake Martin where we had a breakdown, and they really went up, I mean, way above and beyond trying to help us and got us going where we could make it. You know, we were able to finish 6th in the points in the year, and if it weren't for them, that wouldn't have happened. Because, you know, we were able to finish the last part of that day because of them sending a mechanic down there and trying to get us going. So, I mean, it was, but the money is great, but you gotta have people that treat you right too, and the sponsors that you guys have, in my opinion, are the best.
You guys have been extremely loyal to the Bass Trail. I want to thank you both for fishing both divisions. That means a lot to us. It means a lot to Clay and I to have you guys and to see you friendly faces when you come in the room. Thank you for patronizing our sponsors and being with us and agreeing to be on our show.
Well, we appreciate it. We really do.
Guys, that wraps it up for the 2019 Alabama Bass Trail Best of Show. Clay, just a couple more events. We'll crown a champion. Crown a champion.
Start all over.
It seems like a never-ending cycle, doesn't it? But nobody I'd rather sit next to than this guy right here. Tournament Director Clay Baldus, Kay Donaldson, Program Director Alabama Bass Trail. Thank you guys for tuning in.
Well, folks, there you have it. A quick review of the 2019 Alabama Bass Trail season. Truly a collection of some of the best anglers, not only in the state, but also in the country. We're sure proud to have them fishing the Alabama Bass Trail.